Fellas, today we're simulating an NBA season, but we're going to be using the NFL season and playoff format, meaning now the NBA is going to have a shortened regular season at 14 games. Division leaders will automatically be in the playoffs with a home court game. Number one seeds will get a bye. The playoffs will only be one game series, so we're basically making the NBA like the NFL, but we're simulating this 2025 season on NBA 2K25 with live games. So fellas, without further ado, we're going to get right into the simulation, so sit down, sit back, relax, and let the madness begin. Here we go. So now on to NBA 2K25, we are changing the 82 game schedule to 14 games. I know the NFL is 17, but we can only do 14. And I feel like a lot of you guys out there who watch this channel also watch the NFL, so you know what the format is like. But if you are not familiar, don't worry, we're going to be going through it all. But with this 14 game regular season, you see the schedule and calendar. I mean, you're playing every 2 to 3 weeks. Sometimes you might play twice in 2 weeks, but other times you're playing one game every 3 weeks. And that's going to make each game more important and way more entertaining. But as we go to the divisions, as we copy the NFL format, the division leaders at the end of the regular season will get a bid in the playoffs and automatically have home court advantage in the first round, and the best team in each conference will get that first round bye, just like the NFL. However, in the NBA, there's only 3 divisions in each conference, as the NFL has 4, so there will technically be 3 division leaders and then 4 wild cards. So that's how this is going to work in today's simulation. Anyways, these are the updated 2K25 roster, so this is going to be a lot of fun. Injuries are turned off in today's simulation. Guys, comment down below your favorite team or the team that you think is going to win. I think having this 14 game regular season and the 1 game single elimination playoffs like the NFL will make things so entertaining. I mean, any team has a chance to win today's simulation. But guys, without further ado, let's find out who is going to be the MVP, which teams make the playoffs as we simulate to the end of the regular season here on this simulation. And the MVP is Luka Doncic, almost averaging a triple-double, but he had 35 points per game, 9.8 rebounds, 10.6 assists. I mean, that's an MVP season if you ask me. The rookie first-round pick, Risha Shea, wins Rookie of the Year. Amen Thompson off the bench wins 6-man. Defensive player goes to Wemby, 28 points a game, 2.4 blocks, 2.4 steals. Jackson Davis wins most improved for the Warriors. Tatum clutch player of the year, averaging 28, shooting 43% for 3. As Mazzola wins coach of the year, going 11-3. And as we look at the league leader in points, this is crazy. With a shortened regular season, so many points per game scores. That's probably due to them being healthy, being energized for the game, as SGA led it with 36. I'm trying to see how many players averaged over 25, as we see Lillard was number 15 with 27. They're the top 15, and over 19 players, LeBron James being 19, averaged over 25 points. That is definitely crazy. Rebounds per game, leaded by Karl Towns, 13. Sabonis, Wemby, Mark Williams. Okay, how about Mark Williams in there? A sleeper. And then we see assists per game. Jokic, Young, Doncic, over 10 each. James Harden was on the bubble, but how we get to the playoffs, the only thing that matters in the conference standings is the number 1 seeds right now. So the Celtics were the number 1 seed with 11 wins, 3 losses, meaning they'll get that first round bye in the Eastern Conference. In the Western Conference, the Timberwolves hold the 1 seed going 11-3. So the Minnesota Timberwolves will also have that first round bye. And as we look at the division leaders, of course, the Celtics went 11-3, so they're automatically in the playoffs with that winning division. And remember that the NBA only has 3 divisions in each conference, unlike the NFL with 4. But the Bucks will get a bid automatically in a home court spot as they clinch the division in the Central Eastern Conference. And then we go to the Southeast and the East. It is going to be the Atlanta Hawks who will clinch a home court spot in a playoff bid going 10-4. So those teams automatically get in, as the 4 other wildcard teams, as we see on the screen, will be the Philadelphia 76ers, Orlando Magic, New York Knicks, and the Brooklyn Nets. So those will be the 7 teams in the East that will make the playoffs. And as we go to the West divisions, the San Antonio Spurs lead the Southwest, so they'll get an automatic bid to the playoffs going 10-4, and they'll get a home court game in the wildcard round, which is the first round. Minnesota, we saw, best record in the West. They're automatically in as they win the division. They're the 1 seed. They get that first round bye. And as we move on to the next division, it is Pacific, and that means the Golden State Warriors going 9-5, win the division. They'll get into the playoffs, and they will get that home court game. And look at the standings in the Western Conference. The other 4 wildcard teams will be the Dallas Mavericks, Memphis Grizzlies, Pelicans, and Sacramento Kings. So they'll all get a bid into the playoffs. And here's the official bracket for today's playoff simulation. This is the 2025 playoffs with the NFL format. This is exactly like you see it in the NFL. We got the first round byes, Celtics, Timberwolves, and then we have the 2 through 7 seeds. It's important to note, just like the NFL, single elimination, one game to move on. And also important to note, after the first round, which is the wild card round, Boston and Minnesota will play a highest seed that moves out of the first round, just like the NFL. So this bracket will look different in the second round. But anyways, guys, you see the teams, you see the matchups. It is your last chance to comment down below your predictions, as we're doing this all on NBA 2K25 with live scenarios. Anything could happen, honestly. I mean, one game series, upsets, close games. This should be so much fun. So without further ado, the road to the NBA final game or the championship game will begin in the wildcard round as we begin this simulation here on Halftime Productions. Up next, let's go. Well, fellas, we're going to begin the wild card weekend in Milwaukee. This is our first matchup, and it's a close one. The Knicks are down by 2. Jalen Brunson for the tie, it rims off out. And guys, this is a one-game series. Remember, this is the NFL playoffs, basically, as here come the Bucks. Jackson to make it a 4-point lead. It's no good, but he gets his rebound. Bucks have a chance to extend their lead. 45 seconds. Damian Lillard has it. He's been here before. Gets right past Brunson. Pull-up jumper. Cans it. So the Bucks have a 4-point lead. I mean, that was a big-time basket right there from Dame. And how will the Knicks respond? Their season on the line. Here is Jalen Brunson. Takes it out. He's against Giannis. Giannis all over him. Brunson spins. Now to Towns with the hammer. Karl Towns gets the poster, he cuts it to 2, and more importantly, there's still 5 seconds separating the game clock and shot clock. So the Knicks, they're going to play this out. They are not going to foul, but that means they are going to need to stop. They have a timeout, so they need to play some solid defense right here as Damian Lillard backs it out. This is the guy that you don't want shooting if you're in New York. You've got to get it out of Lillard's hands. Lillard gets the screen from Lopez, uses it. Lillard, this could be the dagger. Bang! Dame time in Milwaukee. Timeout Knicks. The Bucks have a 5-point lead with 5.8 seconds remaining. Towns gets the inbound, misses a 3. Time's gonna run out in this Bucks squad. A team that led the division is now on to the next round here in this NBA playoff simulation. One-game series, NFL playoff structure. And for the Knicks, their season comes to an end. We witnessed an epic battle. Giannis Antetokounmpo with 52 points, 14 rebounds, Dame at 34, and then we see from the Knicks side, Jalen Brunson with 45, Towns with 33. I mean, this was an all-time matchup. It came down to the wire. Bucks move on, and now we're going to be headed to Philadelphia. The 76ers will move past the Orlando Magic here in the first round, aka the wildcard weekend. And for the Magic, their season comes to an end. They have a lot of high hopes going into next year, but when we came back in Embiid, this Sixers team is tough, and the Dallas Mavericks will lose at home. Our first upset here at the wild card. It is the Grizzlies over Dallas. They get it done 124-115, and the former Western Conference champs will be eliminated here in the very first round of this NBA 2K25 playoff simulation. Now off to San Francisco. The Warriors are down by 1, 53 seconds. Here is Stephen Curry in the corner, driving the rim. His layup rims out. That is no good. Pelicans trying to extend on their lead. Here is CJ McCollum, 43 seconds to go in San Francisco. McCollum the drive. McCollum, his shot no good. So each team misses a layup. Warriors the other way. 32 seconds. Buddy Hield has the ball. He gives it up to Stephen Curry. Curry trying to get it back, and he puts it in this time. And the Warriors lead by 1. 27 seconds. These fans are on their feet. They want to get back to the NBA Finals, but right now they got to get past this hard-fought, fighting Pelicans team, and that's just an understatement. I mean, they're in this game battling here as they made it all the way to the playoffs in this simulation, and right now Zion Williamson has it one-on-one, finds a cutting Ingram. Ingram off the glass. What a play from the Pelicans, and they have the lead. Timeout Warriors with 11 seconds in the season on the line for Golden State. Inbound to Curry. Curry one-on-one. 6 seconds. No more timeouts. Curry going right. Curry nothing there. pump fake, gives it to Hield, puts it in. Warriors win at the buzzer. A Buddy Hield dagger sends Golden State to the next round. Zion Williamson and the Pelicans stunned. Wow, the upset comes short. They lose by 1, heartbreaking fashion for the Pelicans. Meanwhile, Buddy Hield, the hero, to win it for the Golden State Warriors. Anyways, now we go to the 2 seed in the East, the Atlanta Hawks, with a blowout over the Brooklyn Nets. I'm still surprised this Brooklyn Nets team made it to the postseason, but anyways, it's going to be over for them in the very first round in the wild card games, as Trae Young trying to lead the Atlanta Hawks to a championship in today's simulation. Well, we got the Sacramento Kings and the San Antonio Spurs to end this wild card weekend. It is all tied at 87 in San Antonio. Here's DeMar DeRozan back against his former team, attacking the rim. DeRozan, no good. Rebound. Spurs on the break, looking to take the lead. They won their division, so they have home court advantage. And that man right there is a prime example. Wow, they have home court and are so good in the simulation today. Victor Wembanyama up to a 95 overall in the game, and he gives the Spurs a 2-point lead. How will Sacramento respond? Here is De'Aaron Fox. Fox the drive. Fox the layup. It's good. De'Aaron Fox, with the pressure on him, decides to take it himself and tie up the game. And now with 30 seconds, who will they go to? I mean, you got to go back to Wemby. Wemby against the bonus. Fade away. It's good. Wemby does it. 20 seconds. Spurs on top. No timeouts for the Kings. Their season comes down to this. On the road, who will they go to? If I'm Sacramento, I'm going to DeMar DeRozan. He is your clutch player, or even some bonus in the paint. Right now, Fox has it with 5 seconds. Here comes Sabonis. Fox looks like he's going to do it himself. The 3. No! Spurs win! Spurs win! They move on! What a wild, dramatic finish here in San Antonio. The Sacramento Kings efforts fall short, and they're going to be eliminated from today's simulation. Well, fellas, after the wild card weekend, it was a fun round. Well, we now got the divisional round, aka the Celtics and the Timberwolves. The 1 seeds will now enter the tournament. As you guys see the teams remaining, what a crazy simulation it's been up to this point. If you guys are liking this video, let me know down below. But of course, right now, we're continuing the simulation here on NBA 2K25 in the official round on 2K. So guys, let the madness continue on. Here we go. For the San Antonio Spurs, they are now officially eliminated from this simulation as the Golden State Warriors are on a roll. Thanks to Buddy Hield in the last round, they are now on to the Final Four in today's simulation, making the conference championship in the West, defeating the Spurs 118-110 here in San Antonio. Spurs with an unbelievable season, but it will come short here in the divisional round. The Hawks are going to keep it rolling. Look at the score over the Milwaukee Bucks. 143-114. Trae Young, no respect for the Milwaukee Bucks. He puts in a late 3. And for Dame Lillard, Giannis, their season comes to an end here in the divisional round. Trae Young finished the game, 33 points, 3 rebounds. Anyways, now walk to a close one in Minnesota. It's Anthony Edwards for the lead. Won't get it. Grizzlies up by 2. A minute to go. Can they get the upset? Desmond Bane the drive. Bane off the glass. It is good. Minnesota now down by 4, and they need a rally. They are the 1 seed in the West. It would be disappointing if they lost here in this game and went home, as Edwards shake and bake on Bane. Need it. Got it. The jumper makes it a 2-point game, and with 45 seconds, Minnesota's now going to play some defense. But when you have Ja Morant on your team, that's going to be hard to stop, and these Grizzlies fans are on their feet. Here is Ja Morant with the jam, a mean one. Oh my goodness, Ja Morant rises up and throws it down all over Minnesota. He drops the hammer. What a play, and that definitely silences this Minnesota crowd. I mean, oh my goodness, we haven't seen a dunk like that in a long time. And now the Grizzlies have a 4-point lead, more importantly. 30 seconds, Minnesota needs a basket. Here is Conley looking for the 3-point shot. McDaniels run off the line. 1-on-1 against Morant. Now now to Edwards. Edwards to drive. Edwards to Bunny. Blows it. Everything going wrong for the Wolves. And the Grizzlies can see the win in their sights. And they have just done it. An upset here to knock out the one-seeded Wolves. Randall makes a late three, but it does not matter, guys. This Grizzlies team is moving on to the Final Four. Who would have thought? Led by John Morant, this team is now in the Final Four in this 2K25 simulation. Well, guys, we go to Boston, and the 76ers will fall by a lot of points. Look at this score. The Celtics will knock off Philadelphia. Joel Embiid gets a late basket, but it does not matter. 136-95, your final. Boston heads on to the Eastern Conference Championship game, defeating Joel Embiid and this Sixers squad. So Philadelphia is eliminated. So here in this NBA simulation with the NFL format, we are on to the conference championships in the NFL. This will be labeled as the AFC Championship game and the NFC Championship game, but this is basketball, so we got the West Championship and the East Championship here on the NBA 2K25. 4 teams remaining. Which team will move on to the NBA Finals? Well, guys, let's find out right now. We begin in the East as the Celtics up by 1 against Atlanta. 42 seconds here in regulation. Jaylen Brown has the ball. Can the Celtics expand on their lead? Brown working in the paint. Nothing there. Takes the jump hook. Rims out. Rebound Hunter. And the Hawks in their break looking for the lead. Trae Young with the ball. These are the 2 best teams in the East right now. Here is Young against 2 defenders, but somehow scores. That is a tough bucket right there from Ice Trae. And with 22 seconds remaining, the Boston Celtics, their season on the line. Here is Jaylen Brown, spin. He missed it last possession. Out goes to Tatum, as Tatum now has the ball. The defending champions, Tatum gets the step, but misses it. Oh no, Daniels. Great defense right there. Was that Jalen Johnson? I just don't know how Tatum missed that. That's a shot that he makes. And now they have to play the foul game. Things are not looking good for Boston. Now down by 2. Trae Young to make it a 3-point game. And he buries the free throw. 8.5 seconds. Boston, no timeouts. Inbound to Holiday. 5 seconds. Holiday back to Tatum. Tatum the 3. Bang! Jason Tatum from downtown. Celtics tie the game. Young, no, we got overtime. Jason Tatum doesn't want to go home just yet. Anyways, here we go to overtime, and we are tied at 123. Which team is going to win? This is a battle for the ages right here. Boston and Atlanta. 43 seconds. Brown in the paint. Has to give it to White. White with the ball. Holiday gets open for the lead. And he missed it. Drew Holiday missed a wide open shot. Rebound. Here comes Atlanta. 30 seconds remaining. Looking to win the game. Trae Young. Quick jumper. No. Both teams can't buy a basket. We're still tied. Tatum on the break. Tatum goes early. No. Why did he do that? They could have wasted the clock all the way down. And now the Hawks have the ball. Shot clock off. And a chance to win the series right here, right now. Young with the ball. 6 seconds. 5. Holiday defends. Young, nothing there. Young, step back for the win. No! You've got to be kidding me! Ice Trae to win the game in the series in Boston! Unbelievable! At the buzzer, count it! And Atlanta's going to the NBA Championship! Trae Young! Ridiculous! One of the games of the year, and it's over here in Boston. And even though Jason Tatum scored 55 points, the game-tying shot to send to overtime, they still lose. Jason Tatum did everything he could, playing 43 minutes in the game, but Trae Young's 35 points in the game winner seals it for the Hawks. And as we go to the West, it will be the Warriors who will beat the Grizzlies. These two teams rivals. Remember that series a couple years ago? So Golden State will beat them here 124-115, ending this Grizzlies team run. And down goes Memphis as the Warriors move on to the championship game. Well, guys, we are down to the last 2 teams in today's NBA 2K25 simulation with the NFL playoff and season format, as we got the Golden State Warriors versus the Atlanta Hawks. This should be interesting. Well guys, 2 teams remain, 1 game to determine the winner of today's simulation. So sit down, sit back, relax, and let's find out who takes it all. We go to Atlanta. It's a 2-point lead for the Warriors. Under a minute and 10 to go. Young gets blocked, and that's a huge block. This Warriors team looking to win the championship right now. They need to hold on and play some defense. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they want to win in front of their home fans. Here is Trae Young underneath. Okongwu gives him a posterizer, puts the foul, a chance to take the lead. And that's exactly how you get these fans on your feet. And now the momentum is shifted to Atlanta. Okongwu rattles in the free throw, and the Hawks lead by 58 seconds. Here we go. Stephen Curry looking to win his 5th. Curry against Young. It's a deep 3. No good. Rebound Daniels. 46 seconds. Here come the Hawks. Trae Young gets called for a foul. Charge. It's going the other way. Huge call there from the ref. Oh my goodness, now the Warriors have the ball. 44 seconds. In last possession, it was Curry who took a deep 3. But if I'm the Warriors, I'm continuing to go to Steph, as now Curry has the ball against Young. Shot clock at 17. Curry the drive. Pull up jumper. Sticks it. Stephen Curry, big time basket, gives the Warriors the lead. 34 seconds, Atlanta has a timeout. Here we go. And the Hawks will use their last timeout with 30 seconds, down by 1 in this crazy game. The timeout is over. 30 seconds to go in this championship game. 1-point lead for Golden State. They inbound. Here is Trae Young working on Curry. Snatch back, nothing there. Open Johnson, got it. Jalen Johnson from downtown gives Atlanta the lead with 22 seconds. This place going absolutely crazy. Warriors no timeout. 20 seconds in the hands of Curry. He's been in these situations before. Curry on the screen. That's a deep one. Bang! What? Curry gives the Warriors the lead. What's going on in this game? This is ridiculous. 6 seconds. Championship on the line. Here is Young working on Curry. 2 seconds. Young the floater. Rims out. It's over. Warriors win. Young misses the bunny. Oh my goodness. We literally just witnessed an all-time classic game here at Halftime Productions. That was insane. Jalen Johnson 3, Curry the deep 3 for the lead, and then Trae Young shot barely misses out. I mean, that's a shot he makes, and the Warriors will win the simulation with the NFL playoff and season format. It came down to the wire, but Golden State comes out victorious. Guys, I want to see all your reactions and thoughts down below. I read every single one of your comments. Thank you so much for watching today's simulation. You are all the GOATs. I appreciate every single one of you. Stephen Curry, your finals MVP. But it's halftime, and we out for today.